Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 17 of Play to Find Out Longfall. It has been a while since we have played, for a lot of reasons. And it's actually not any one person's fault. It's like everybody had things come up and family things and vacations and stuff. But we're here. We're here today. Finally getting back to the city. No one has any idea what the heck was happening last time.
Well, hopefully I do. So
That's true.
hopefully I do, because that's my fucking job. I might still get a few things wrong. I did prep for this episode 2 weeks ago, and then I had a surgery.
Right. Yes.
So. Do you want me to start recapping?
Let's catch up with everybody and see how they've been. Because it's
been a.
There've been some things.
There's been some things. It's been a while.
Lily, would you like to start?
I don't think anything big has really happened to me in the past few weeks.
Nothing.
Nothing really.
No huge revelations of self.
I don't think so.
No, like empowering moments of self-actualization.
I guess there was a thing where I came out as being trans, but I guess that's everyday occurrence. So that happened. If you watched the show before, you will see, or if you watch the other episodes on YouTube, you'll see Tuxtradamus below this. But Tuxtradamus is dead. I absorbed.
No more.
Yes, I stole the body of Tuxtradamus, and I am now Lily. So
the king is dead. Long live the queen.
Exactly. That's a thing.
Huzzah!
So there's that I've been up to, getting all that figured out, because it's a spoiler alert. It's kind of a big deal. You have to figure a lot of stuff out. So there's a bunch of stuff going on with that. Kelsa and I went to TwitchCon this last weekend. It was good times, a lot of good times. I got to see a bunch of people. Just being we met Eric, we met Wisefool, we met a lot of people. Eric and Wisefool are the ones we hung out with the most, so they're the ones that are preeminent in my mind. But there was a lot of other people. Soup,
met, Unmade Soup. Unmade Gaming, Speedy, whose full user handle is not so speedy.
Not so speed runs.
That's it.
Askren, Umbra.
Exploding Dice.
No, not Umbra. Quantum.
Quantum Dot.
Quantum Dot.
Quantum's awesome.
Not sure why I mixed Umbra with Quantum. They both have views. It's a thing.
Please.
Yeah.
Both attractive dudes. I don't know.
Yeah. Mads. We hung out with Andrew. Community Crow.
Are they as cool in real life as they are on the internet?
They're pretty cool.
Yes.
They're pretty cool.
I kind of just want to have a beer with them because they just sound awesome.
They're pretty cool.
I want to just talk to them about game design.
He's approachable. You could have a beer with him.
And Hamilton reference.
There we go.
We're back on track.
The fact that it always happens within intros makes my heart so warm.
You see, I've got to make.
That hard.
I've got to make, Liz. I've got to make sure you're paid attention before the show starts. Instead of just making out with Ish when you put your hand over the camera.
Listen here. You get chips and salsa and shut up.
Speaking of the sixth member of our cast, I saw you did some really cute art on Twitter. Good job.
You can tell them what your Instagram is.
Thanks.
What's your Instagram for your art?
Plug your shit.
I don't remember.
Liz, take the camera off of him. He doesn't deserve it.
He's so good at this.
He's terrible at it. He's as bad as I was when remember when the first the first few streams I did. I was like, I don't do anything on the internet.
What if his Instagram name actually is I don't remember? Like,
Oh yeah, that could be true.
You know, that's probably a person, and I would be willing to bet, you could.
I wish I'd thought of that.
I'll post a link in chat.
Yeah, find it, post a link, and yep, there we go.
I'd be willing to bet you could pay like a lot of money to have some Russian hacker steal that username.
Probably.
I'm not gonna like. I don't know if you guys ever heard about the guy that had the Twitter handle that was just T. But yeah, he had it, and he was like grandfathered in, and he was the only one-letter account still active.
Huh.
And so, like, I guess like Chinese hackers like broke into his computer and held all his like financial information ransom, and were like, make it so I can access your Twitter account, so I can have the T Twitter handle.
What the heck?
And he did.
What?
And then they gave him back all his shit.
That was...
And then sold it on the black market for bukus of money.
Okay. Huh.
That's like a thing.
All right then.
So weird.
All right then. That's a really weird story. I'm surprised it was that valuable.
I was really hoping that story would end with either Mr. T or Ice-T buying that account.
That'd be pretty great.
You know, if only, I feel like they had to do like the real Mr. T, the one and only at whatever.
Yeah, because usually they have to do like the real or whatever because there's so many fake ones.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Finishing up my stuff. I bought a lot of things at TwitchCon. I bought a lot of art. It'll soon be back there.
The art's dope. The
Pretty
art's
good.
super cool.
Pretty
I saw
good.
the arts.
The art is pretty
awesome.
great.
Yeah, it'll be up there eventually when I get like more poster hangy things. So you'll see it soon. And yeah, I think that's it for me. 2 fairly large things, and then yeah. Drummer Boy, how about you? How have you been?
Good. I'm trying to remember what happened in the past month or so.
Didn't you put out a
Not
new
in the
song?
game, just in life.
Right.
Just generally, yeah.
Right. Yeah. Just overall.
Probably lots of music.
Yeah. Lots of Patreon stuff.
I'll just go from today because I remember today. The song I did for the Sprawl game that we did on Eric Vulgaris' channel is up on Spotify now. So if you want to go check out some synthy cyberpunk boom baps, they're over on my Spotify. So you can do that if you want to. Also, like, following me on Spotify, follow that smash button, you know. Because that actually helps. I learned a little bit about how Spotify works, and that actually helps out a lot. So even if you don't use Spotify, if you have an account, if you could follow, that'd be great.
I am following that smash button.
Yeah, follow that smash button.
Follow
Like
that
that
smash button.
Yep.
Follow that smash button sounds like a Korean game show.
It
Like
does.
the badly translated title of a Korean game show.
Yeah.
Is that... I'd watch it. I'm not even gonna lie. I'd watch it. Awesome.
Oh, remember when I mentioned I was going to play The Witcher on the weekends?
Yeah.
How's that going?
This weekend, I'm going to finish the first game.
Awesome.
Cool.
So I'm going to finish all that up, and then Destiny is taking over my life. Destiny 2 is so good.
I need to get in. I need to get on that train.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man. And then I'll be going to Witcher 2, the Game of the Year edition thingy.
Nice.
After I beat The Witcher, the first one. Yeah, other than that, just tons of music, lots of streaming. And that's pretty much my life. Music and streaming.
Excellent. Very good. Cool. Michael, how about you? How are things? How have things been?
I'm hesitant to start with a magic story, even though it was literally the first thing that came to my mind, so I'm not going to.
Of course.
I've had hey, those are Yu-Gi-Oh! That's inferior magic. Congratulations.
Oh my
Wow.
You know what? Build a commander deck and then come talk to me. Anyway,
Savage.
that was a little bit more antagonistic than I meant to be. I love you. Please continue being our 6th member of the cast. Thank you. we needed Liz. Liz, you need Ish's hand cams so you can just see whatever Ish's hands are doing, because that's like his entire person, as far as I know. Back to my things. I haven't seen you all, so all the weirdness is coming out.
Right.
I had surgery, which is why we missed 1 week. That's going well. Thanks for everybody who was super supportive.
Good. Yeah.
Including
Awesome.
these nerds who sent me flowers with a card signed by our characters on the night we were supposed to have Longfall, and it was pretty adorable. I'm not even gonna lie. So thank you all.
Mhm.
I think Kelsa spearheaded that effort, but
It may be my fault. It's
I'm
possible.
pretty sure. So that was interesting. I've been doing a lot of marketing work,
Awesome.
which has been a lot of fun. I basically, my boss is like, wait, you're good at stuff? Okay, can you just do everything? Like, can you just like anything I don't want to do or like don't have time, just you go do it. And I'm just like, okay, money.
Money, yay.
Yeah, money. I did some game design in the intervening time. Nothing I'm ready to put out there quite yet, but I did some work on I did some fiction writing for The Circle, which is by far the part of game design that I am the worst at. Is like writing fiction and examples.
Yeah.
But is arguably the most important part of a rules book. So I'm desperately trying to get more people to test that game so I can, get some DM feedback because I know how my game is supposed to work. And at this point, the only other person that's GM'd it is Liz. Twice. The most experienced Circle GM besides me.
Awesome. Let's see.
Fuck, I hurt my neck doing that.
Anything else cool or big going on?
You're still talking to me.
Yes.
I started.
Who you were talking to the last time.
I am so tired, guys. I'm just out of it.
And there's the most anime moment of the episode.
I started playing Total War Warhammer 2.
Cool.
I've played exactly 6 completely disastrous campaigns so far. And I think I've made enough mistakes to figure shit out. And now I'm just playing Lizardmen and spamming Source Warriors with shields and kicking ass.
Awesome.
It's a great game if you haven't played it. The Skaven are amazing and terrifying. I love them. Also, if you ever want to like sit down and like read the lore of all the different races in Total War, it's like real weird. Like just like weird and dumb. Like the Lizardmen are led by the Slan, which are like extra dimensional hypnotoads. Like extra dimensional hypnotoad wizards, and it's amazing.
That sounds great.
It's great.
It sounds pretty great.
It's great.
Interdimensional Hypnotoads is also another amazing bad band name.
Perfect. Add it to the list.
Always.
There's also I also like the way they name mechanics in that game because there's literally a mechanic called Too Horrible to Die, which is just used on a which is attached to a monstrous unit that when it dies, it either just doesn't die and goes back to 50% health, or it explodes and a bunch of rat monsters pour out of it. It's terrifying.
Fantastic. Great.
It's terrifying. It's just
How lovely.
it just does not take itself seriously
Right.
at all.
Yep.
Cantrip. Specifically, one unit gets better if it has a red crest, because that means if it's a lizard man, it's a special spawning of Sotek, who, as far as I can tell, is just the god of murder fucking. Just the lizard god of just killing everything and just like bathing a city in blood, and that's like its jam.
Great. Sure.
There's literally a building in the game called the Blood Pyramid of Sotek. Which
fantastic.
The game is just metal.
Sounds very wholesome.
It's
right, of course.
So wholesome.
Fantastic.
I am the god of murder. No, that would I've had a D&D character that was a god of murder fucking, and it was bad.
Zonalar, if you're still here, please make like some rip dude with a misspelled tattoo of that across his chest.
God of murder fucking.
Like the extreme dude, but extreme because
she opens dates. Oh, great.
Well, it's a test. That's how you know if they're quality material if they stay.
Yeah, you mean you sit down at the coffee shop or whatever. You're like, oh, what kind of mocha do you want? I'm the god of murder fucking, and then you just like lean back and just see what they do.
Right, exactly.
Just someone at Starbucks is like latte for god of murder fucking.
Hey, I'm just saying, if someone called the restaurant I work at and was like, hey, can I get a to-go order for god of murder fucking? I would probably start laughing, and then I'd be like, no. Because I don't want to get fired.
Excellent.
But I'd think about it. I'd find it funny. At the very least.
Cool. Pian, how about you? How's your past few weeks been?
So my past few weeks have not been very eventful, but I have collected some things since then.
Yu-Gi-Oh cards?
No, well, yes. I got new sleeves for my Yu-Gi-Oh cards, and I also remade my deck a little bit. They look super dope. They're black.
What brand of sleeves do you use?
Ultra Pro, I think.
Do you use the Eclipse sleeves?
No, those aren't.
No. If you do, if you want to, they're expensive, but
I'm aware. I don't care. I'm gonna use what I use.
That's fine. Ultra Pro Eclipse sleeves are just amazing.
I've gotten some lighters that are super dope. These are 3 of my favorites. I got a little skull dude here with antlers. He's got a monocle. He's really dope. He's got a little bow tie too. I like him a lot. I got the shrug emoji, which might be my favorite. And then I got a little dinosaur riding across on a moped across the moon. I like him a lot. Okay, and then from work, I got some Snapple facts. I've got about like 50 of these now. There's some Snapple facts. There's the woodpecker can hammer wood up to 16 times per second.
I'm really glad we're taking some extra time to do the intros, because if this silliness would have came out in the show, it would have just been weird. Like weirder than normal.
I got manatee's eyes closed in a circular motion, much like the aperture of a camera.
Huh.
I also have the Sahara Desert stretches farther than the distance from California to New York.
So, do I hear another convincing argument for why manatees are actually death robots? That sounds like
exactly.
Like if I was just like looking at a manatee and its eyes just like apertured, I'd like lose my shit. I'd be like, oh my god, this thing is about to murder me.
Yeah, you know.
But they're such sweetie sweets.
They are really nice, actually.
Manatee 3000.
Manatee 3000.
Okay, but other than that, I don't really But I got some candles. Candles are dope. I got some candles.
Yay!
I got a new bag because my other one's broken. It's got some nice floral patterns on it. It's really cute. My boyfriend bought me a fossil watch, which is really cute. It's actually pretty neato. It's cute. It's tiny. It's little. It's got a gray strap. It's nice. That's it. That's all that's happened to me.
Excellent, excellent. And Kelsa, how about you?
I mean, you went over most of what I did, which was go to TwitchCon.
Didn't you also go to Big Bad Con?
I did actually.
Yeah,
true.
there's that.
That also happened. I forgot we were so far behind.
We
the
are
week
really
before
far.
TwitchCon.
Yeah.
Was Big Bad Con,
Yeah.
which is a small role-playing game convention, and I got to meet some cool people there. I got to play some really cool games. I ran a game of the Quiet Year, which is a really fun map-making storytelling game. And I played a game called The Left Coast, which is an interesting storytelling game about a writer who may or may not be going crazy, or there is real, honest to goodness, supernatural bullshit happening around her.
Huh.
It was interesting.
That sounds really cool.
I spent most of the time just hanging out with people, talking, sitting with a dog on my lap, as you do.
Right, right.
Played some board games, so that was a lot of fun. I'm really glad that I went. The one part I do regret is that I did a very intense core workout earlier in the day before I headed down there, because it was about an hour and a half away by motorcycle, which spoilers, holding yourself upright on a motorcycle is also a fairly intense ab workout. So by the time I got there, my entire core was just so sore that it was like uncomfortable the entire weekend. But I had enough fun that I think totally made up for it. So
cool.
good. And then TwitchCon was great. Got to meet all the people that we enumerated earlier, and more, and so many more. Lauren, Jinja Ninja, was super cool. I really liked her. I sung karaoke. I wound up having an amazing duet with someone whose name I forgot, who had long purple hair, with singing Cheap Thrills at the top of our lungs. It was great. I also moderated a panel at TwitchCon, which was really cool to be able to do.
Oh yeah.
And it was a really good
Yeah.
panel.
It was really good.
About mental health in role-playing games. And so that was good. I'm just sad that the reason why I was moderating that panel was because Inspector Beams couldn't make it, and she's super cool, and I was hoping to see her again, but she had to stay up in Canada. But yeah, I saw some really cool panels. I saw some cool stuff out on the expo floor. Talked to so many people.
Mm-hmm.
So the three of you that do actually impressive stuff, because I'm a schleb, and Liz, no offense, you guys are gonna remember us when you all are like awesome, right? And like have like
Yes.
tons of internet money.
So much internet money.
Right, of course. That's how it works,
When
right?
the internet money eventually happens, you're gonna like still be our friends.
I
Yes.
guess.
When I got all the money, I'll buy the company that makes Yu-Gi-Oh and the company that makes Snapple and make Yu-Gi-Oh Snapple packs.
There you go.
I'd be so happy, honestly.
Honestly,
Every time I go into work, I get like 2 Snapples, and then I get whatever Snapple lids have been used that day. I literally have like 50 of them on my desk. It's becoming a problem. He won't stop. And I'm like, seriously, you have to stop me. And he's like, sorry.
Do they have like an amount of packs, or do you just get duplicates?
No, I've never gotten a duplicate. They have like
What?
Where'd the caps go? They have like this one says 900 and whatever. This one says 400. I found one with like 1300. Yeah.
You
There's
see,
a
I feel like what you
There's
should
a lot
do.
of Anyway, that was my whole weekend. Oh, except I walked too much, and
Yeah, that sucked.
I accidentally I was so excited to be down in Long Beach, and the fact that I've been working out more and I'm in better shape, I was so excited to just like walk around everywhere. But by the end of Thursday, I'd walked 7 miles, and my entire backside from my butt to my feet was just so tight and so cramped and so sore that I lost most of Friday to just trying to recover from Thursday.
Yeah.
But then once that was over, I was okay, and I got to enjoy the rest of the convention. So
Yeah.
and I'm sure my butt will be stronger for it.
Yeah.
Strong butts unite.
At first, you're like, my butt was so tight. I was like, why are you? Oh, that kind of tight.
Like,
Right.
like I had cramps in my butt.
Mm-hmm.
That sucks.
In my gluteus maximus.
Those aren't fun.
In huge muscles that connect the top of my back to the bottom, to the bottom of my back, the top of my legs. You know,
those suck.
But your butt's gonna get nice and in shape.
Should we play like 20 minutes of Longfall now?
I guess. Well, it's
I'm ready.
So let's catch up.
Do you want to just do the review and then we'll go to break?
So
I feel like that might be best, Loki.
Honestly,
yeah.
Okay, so how far back do we want to catch up from?
I don't remember anything.
Okay, so the end of the last arc was the mayor dude, something Banthar.
Alzarin Bandar has recently been disposed as prefect because he was a serial killer and was using his like political position to influence his ability to murder people.
Yeah.
His personal bodyguards, the hand of the prefect fell from grace. There was like a 6-month stabilizing period, a 6-week stabilizing period, leading up to a couple of major events: the start of the summer storm season, a series of labor protests, and the start of the Festival of Ships, which is an Aethercan holiday where all the sky ships come back to the Flying City.
Yep.
So the Festival of Ships is like actively starting. We're like in the first day or two.
Yeah.
And some interesting characters have shown up, including Izelka's sister, Izuri, who is the queen of the Red Feather pirate fleets.
Yeah. They haven't been causing issues at all.
Yeah, and they've been like starting fights and using up medicine. We also were joined by a new member of the cast, Corvus Crowley,
right?
Who Zonalar, giant flying Aetherpunk city, is the setting of this game.
Yes. Think steampunk, but replace steam with weird blue magic.
Yeah.
Or white magic in my case.
Yes. So you're flying. So Corvus Crowley, our resident private investigator and sniper, was contracted by the Okurando Spirebluff District Precinct to work with the 38th Special Investigative Force, which is the rest of the cast up until this point, in order to help prep the city for the upcoming storm season and deal with the problems caused by adding like 500,000 people to a city at once. Additionally, we also learned that Zajay's cult was in fact a hyper-realistic wargaming club.
Yep.
That is super duper illegal because it is considered satanic.
Yep.
Only a little bit satanic.
Only a little bit satanic.
I run a club of nerds.
where you dress up as the head nerd.
Or dress up as the head nerd.
And kill people with little robots.
With strategy and prowess.
Corvus witnessed all of this.
Yeah, Corvus knows.
So does good old
Steven Seagal.
Steven Seagal.
Yeah, Steven Seagal.
Steven the Seagal is our
Yeah.
resident idiot. So I think that basically brings us to the start of this episode.
We got the job. We got like not job, but like an assignment to help with a hospital.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're trying to find medical supplies.
Yeah. So we're like we have a few leads. I forgot all of them, but
basically the big ones were you can acquire illegal narcotics.
I'm about it. I'll steal some.
You can acquire, or you could just talk to your mom that sells illegal narcotics.
You're right. Oh, hey.
You could acquire the ingredients to make said illegal narcotics, but that is dangerous and involves going out on aether whaling ships, hunting aether leviathans. You could also, in theory, talk to the various city gangs. Or you could
didn't we at least do something along those lines when I think I remember that I went to a hospital place and there was a huge amount of red feather pirates there.
Yes,
and,
that was you talking to your contacts, the doctor.
Okay,
there.
that was when we first talked to the doctor. Okay, Thank you. I'm trying to piece together the order things.
If I remember correctly, Izelka is going off to deal with the striking pharmaceutical factory workers.
Yep.
He's going to try and talk them into getting back to work. And Zajay and Corvus are off to
a ship. We're going to a ship.
Off to the aether whaling ships.
Yeah,
and I was like, "Hey, I'm just gonna do this other thing that does
not." I think you're going to see if you can get because Kuta's aether fleet is basically self-sustaining. I think you guys were going there to see if they could help. And Nayli, I don't remember what we said you were doing.
Probably talking to her mom.
Probably talking.
We can
to
say
your
that
mother.
because she, Nayli, she was out. Basically, we got to the precinct and they were like, "Oh yeah, she's out on special assignment or something like that or whatever." Yeah. So we can just say that she was like, I guess if it's cool with PN that like you were going to talk to your mom or something.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Cool.
So we start as we always do with our little aether quote for today. Swirly aether, swirly blue aether, glowing font, wispies and wind. And it says, it's written in the style that we've seen before that seems to be referring to the Book of the Architects, like the scriptural book for this setting. And it basically says, actually, you guys wouldn't have this context if you're just the audience, so I'll just explain it. The exact quote is, when the Grounders first attacked, they used blades made of obsidian, glass carved from the stone of the ground, as weapons. These weapons cut us down by the thousands. But some of us were able to turn the weapons on them. And that's the end of the quote. And then it's like book whatever of the Rise, Book of the Architects. Then we get our awesome like intro of everyone being badasses. and we get a subheader that says 5 years earlier. Corvus.
Yes.
Corvus, we've never done this on this show before. We've never done a flashback, so everyone's like, what's happening? Lily, knock it off.
I was gonna say, Lily, that's a really good look for you.
Upside down questioning.
So, Corvus, you are on you and the rest of like Project Obsidian are on a Aether ship, but it's not like the standard civilian ones. It's made to look like it, and we like see from the outside, like you looking out of a porthole. We like as we slowly zoom in, we see that the inside is clearly mil-spec.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Zonalar came through.
Zonalar came through. Oh dear.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
So good.
Okay. That's great. Do I not follow you? Do I not follow you on Twitter? I need to fix that. Oh yes, I do follow you on Twitter. Okay. Thank you. So yeah, tell us what you're like, what you look like in this situation. Are you like in like some type of uniform? Are you in like street clothes? Are you like in all black with like a ninja mask? Like what's the situation?
Probably in like regular clothes, because we're going to a place. We're not on a mission yet. But notably, my feathers are all like super, super black. There's no trace of purple at all.
So we see your in this particular situation, your commanding officer, Steven, come out. He's still ginormous, but he looks significantly less bulky. His like feathers are a little bit better kept, and he has a reasonable amount of guns this time. He only has 5. He looks at you and like very like eloquent, like very like soft-spoken voice. He's like, "All right, gentlemen, we have a job to do. We have reason to believe that these individuals are smuggling contraband into the city. We want it taken care of, and there are to be no witnesses. Do you all understand?" All right. I will not need to remind you that we are completely deniable assets in this situation. And so if problems arise, no help is coming. Good luck. And then he like nods, and like the scene fades from Corvus looking out the window to Corvus in the car next to Zajay. What are like what's the like juxtaposition between you then and you now, besides the obvious like feather stuff? Do you like seem more weathered? Do you seem like more?
Yeah, a lot skinnier, like kind of like gaunt. If I'd be gaunt if I wasn't carrying feathers. But other than that, like, mind is still sharp for the most part, with the help of some drugs.
And is Ajay doing his like tongue hanging out as he drives the car thing?
No, Zajay feels really nervous right now because he knows that Corvus knows, and now they're alone, and so it's funny because he's a cop, but he's acting like someone who knows he doesn't think bad acts when they're around a cop. So he's just like sitting in the passenger seat, like just constantly like looking over and looking back over and then looking down and looking back over and then looking down Just a
I think
lot
I
of.
was like, if I'm driving, I'm just like, without looking away from the road, I'm like, is something wrong?
No,
Okay, then.
everything's fine. Why would something be wrong? Everything's fine, right? And then he like pulls out a notebook and just like buries his face in it. And just starts like writing something.
Did you take something? You're really fidgety.
What? No, of course not. I don't do stuff like that. I wouldn't do anything. And then goes back to writing.
And then I just like go do, like the GTA, like bump out of the car while we're going off to.
Yeah.
Yeah, we go into cinematic mode.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, thanks for the time to tabletop. Thank you so much for the host.
Those guys are great.
Yeah.
By the way,
Someone else that we saw
Yeah.
TwitchCon.
Yeah.
Scooter's cool.
we get it. You all are cool. You got to go to the awesome con, and we didn't. Thanks.
Sorry.
It's okay. I don't have money. If I was going to go to a con, I'd probably go to Gen Con because I'm more of a game designer than a streamer. That's just me.
Sure.
So, yeah, I think that's when you all arrive at the at fleet launch. So go ahead and move your tokens.
Yeah.
You all arrive at fleet launch. Everything looks to be as normal. But you can see like several Aetherkin ships, and Aetherkin ships that like regularly like go out onto the sky on like long journeys. Look a lot different than other ships because like every ounce of space is absolutely needed. And so you've got like people who have like hung clotheslines between like the different like steering arrays or whatever, the things that like sort of resemble masts but aren't masts because these aren't wind powered ships, if that makes any sense. The things that feel that function.
Okay.
Yeah, there's like, I guess they'd be like vents or something.
Yeah.
Like smokestacks. There's like clotheslines hung between them, and like there are kids like climbing up in the rigging or whatever.
Okay.
Yeah, it looks like a busy place as you all pull up.
So
what is your guys' plan? Just to like.
Well, we're not going to go out on a ship and collect the ingredients ourselves, so we have to talk to someone who might have some, so we can either.
yeah, our goal is to get supplies from them, or what?
You need specifically medicine, and the materials to make the medicine are easily harvested, and I say easily as relative to anything that you would get out of the body of an Aether Leviathan, but they come from Aether Leviathans.
Sure. Okay.
Which are giant, terrifying, flying monsters.
Right.
That live in the Aether sphere below the city. So they're not. So when I say relatively easy to harvest,
as easy as anything else is. Yeah.
As easy as harvesting anything else is.
Right. Okay. Yeah, so I think we look around, like, is there any, I guess, do we see any captainly looking people?
You definitely see people. You definitely see someone on, like, one of the larger ships, like, barking orders.
Sure.
He is either like a, like, I guess the equivalent of, like, a quartermaster or the captain. That seems like a reasonable assumption.
Yeah, I think Zaj's, like, doing this and then, like, points over to there and, like, he looks like he's in charge. Maybe we should go talk to him.
Sure. Well, we'll just go talk to him then.
Okay.
Yeah. This particular Aetherkin is he looks like a large he's like a particularly chunky Aetherkin. He kind of looks like a partridge. Just like a big, fat, flightless bird. he looks mildly annoyed, and he's like yelling at some like little sparrow dude who's like not tying a knot correctly or whatever. Are you guys just like, hey, we're cops, talk to us, or do you like wait for him to get done berating this guy, or like what's your approach here?
I will wait. What Corvus does is up to Corvus because, you know.
Corvus.
Well, I'm gonna just like do the wait, arms crossed, and like watch the kid mistie the knot like 2 or 3 times, and I'll just like, oh, for God's sake, just walk over and just tie it really fast.
And yeah, you do it like nothing, obviously, because you're good at this stuff, and we don't need to make you roll for things you can't fail at. And then so the guy like looks at you, and like he like cocks his little like fat bird head, his like little feather that sticks up off the top of his partridge head, like flops over to one side, and he just looks at you for a second, and he like flops back. He's like, hadn't seen you before.
No, I'm new here. I'll like flash the badge, like Corvus.
And I'll like,
yeah.
And I'm my name's Officer Fowl. We're here from the Okurando Police. We're on an assignment. We are supposed to, with the storm season coming up and all of the people in the city for the Festival of Ships, we need to make sure that the city's hospitals can support that with medical supplies. And we know I assume you're in charge here. And so we were wondering if we could talk to you about getting some of the supplies that all of you harvest for potentially to use for medicine for the hospitals. Because it's important, because, you know, people get sick.
He like watches the little short ass pink snake boy talk for a few minutes, and then like looks over at Corvus and is like, how much you need?
As much as you can spare. The storms hit us hard, and we can't handle another 500,000 people in the city without adequate medical supplies.
He like
Do we have a number?
Yeah.
You have a number of ticks on a clock.
Right, yeah, I guess so yeah, it's more like in character we probably have some sort of some sort of estimate that we can say like, oh, it like whatever you can spare, we like if you could give us this X amount, it would be really good.
Yeah, this arbitrary amount.
Right.
Probably if you're just like, here, can you give us if you say, can you give us all of what we need?
No, yeah, I won't
say no.
No, yeah, I won't like not all of what we need, but yeah, like anything you can spare, like we were but like what we were
you give a arbitrary
some sort of number, not all that we need, but like at least a tick or a couple ticks or whatever, like yeah.
Yeah, that's probably what happens. And he like looks at it. He looks at you two and he's like, yeah, it's gonna be 5 units, which is like a lot of money.
Like a weird, like that's not a currency we hear often kind of money.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like
that's like a
5 units could buy you a mansion.
Right. Like that's like a company / governmental unit of money. Like, when they refer to like large, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. When it's like an industrial number. It roughly correlates to 5 points of wealth in our in-game system.
Yeah. Like Zaja gets like the biggest eye, like since it's an anime, his eyes grow bigger than his head. And then shrink back because that could buy, his neighborhood. a few of his neighborhood.
That could
The
buy
entire
your
tail?
neighborhood and the 3 neighborhoods that surround it.
Like most of the tail.
Yeah, that's an insanely large amount of money.
Right. Like like Zada's just a little frozen for a second. Like, I don't.
We haven't been empowered to.
You have not been empowered.
Have we?
No, you have not.
Just checking.
You can like. There's a little bit of wheel and dealing you can do here, like,
but not that much. Yeah.
You guys are cops. You have some valuable services you can provide.
I think
they
I
would easily be worth comparable to 5 units in the right circumstances. If you guys are just like, hey, we're gonna waive your taxes for the next year.
I think what I do is I like slither a little closer, look up, and give a really big Zajay grin, and like, would you be willing to do it out of the kindness of your heart?
Is this just a standard persuasion roll? Are you putting any type of mind control magic behind this? Or
Nope.
Is this just you being like cute?
Zajay's pretty cute.
Zajay is stupidly cute.
It's just Zajay being Zajay.
Let me refresh Longfall because
Yeah, just
thing
figure out
froze.
whatever the hell that would have to be to make that. You don't have to. You don't have to tell me. I don't want to get sad.
Yeah, it's probably a lot.
Yeah, roll.
But I mean, you could just get like a 64 or something.
Yeah.
You know.
Because
I mean, you're going from, you know, about as much as it costs to buy Nayli's house and Nayli's house again, to nothing. Take a disadvantage. And then please roll.
10 out of 10.
I swear to God, if you get it, I am gonna lose my mind.
only one disadvantage.
It's hard.
I mean,
Would you like to put legend points into it?
I'll put a legend point into it, so I'm just rolling regular.
Okay, and you're rolling persuasion.
Yep. Okay.
Corvus, are you helping? Or are you just like, I'm gonna let him figure this out?
I don't even know what units are, so I'm just like, I don't know.
You're just like, look, wait, what? Okay, here we go.
I've never had money before in my life.
A unit? Isn't that like
That's
a unit? That's like a.
How's an 11 do ya?
Okay, so what you need to do is triple that number, and then you can.
Okay. Okay.
So the guy looks down at you and just like kind of smiles, and he just like pats you on the head because he thinks you're a child.
You know.
And then he looks over at Corvus and is just like, well, and he like kind of like motions like he's like gonna cover Zajay's ears, and then just doesn't, because that would be like weird to do to a kid. And then just like looks at Corvus and then just sighs, and then in Aetherkin just says, yeah, I don't want to disappoint the kid, but I can't do that.
He's got thicker skin than that. You can, like, I'm speaking in common. Like, that's pretty polite. You can, Sajay, he doesn't want to hurt your feelings.
Okay.
But it's a no.
Oh. Well. Okay.
So what kind of favor would like?
Okay, so there are a lot of people on the Aether ships that have like
Marks.
warrants, that have marks, like
Yeah.
that have been convicted of crimes. A lot of convicts, because that's the only place they can really find work.
Mhm.
So like, It's entirely, and you can't see, and you notice, like, you have good enough perception to notice that this guy is like covering his right wrist.
Like some sort of tattoo or mark.
Yeah, like where his marks would be. They're like black bands. In your case, I guess they'd be white bands or blacker band. I don't know. It doesn't work when you have black feathers. It's complicated. I didn't think about those implications in war. Either way, doesn't matter.
Sure.
Because we're not a pure black aetherkin yet. Yes. Something like getting his marks removed, or getting maybe several of his crew members' marks removed would be like.
Well, it depends on how
getting in the ballpark of that range.
How much can he give us? Like, if he can give us all of it, be like, I can see if I can pull some strings and get some pardons for whoever you need.
He could, at best, give you a little over half.
That's pretty good.
He could, at best, give you a little over half.
I think I'm gonna play into my naivety. And I'm going to say, okay, well, I guess if we can't do it for free, let me go I'm going to go make a phone call. If you want to stay here and check things out, Corvus, I'll be right back. And then I slither away to go find a phone.
So, I know what you were trying to do there. I'm going to tell you what the guy thinks you're trying to do there. He definitely thinks you're about to, like, go call the cops and be like, hey, yo, we got convicts here. Can we just, like, rough these guys up and take his shit?
Me?
Yeah, that's definitely what he thinks.
Really?
Yeah.
But I'm pure-hearted.
Oh right, you're pure-hearted. I forgot that was a mechanical.
That's an actual character trait
That
with
is an
mechanical
actual-
game effects.
That is an actual thing. It has mechanical.
Yeah, everyone is neutral to you.
Everyone's at the minimum neutral to me.
Oh yeah, so he's fine.
Okay.
He does.
He
think you're
probably
a child.
that thought probably crosses his head. Like, wait, no, he wouldn't do that.
Nah, the kid's like 5. He'll be fine.
You don't want to hurt his feelings either, so it's like, he's gonna go screw me over.
You're right. Yeah.
I'm not gonna think that.
Do we want to take a short break before we go into the negotiations?
Yeah,
That
let's.
sounds good.
Cool.
Zajay is more pure than pure.
This made RPG.
If this was made RPG, Zajay would be pure.
Yep.
If this was made RPG, things would be even weirder than they were.
Awesome. So we're gonna take a short break, then come back for some more Longfall and medicine hunting. So see you in a little bit.